Hi everyone, this is Kara, and today I am going to show you a couple really quick, easy breakfasts that you can do in just a few minutes. You can freeze, so you can heat them up in the morning and just go. As a busy mom, I know personally that breakfast is probably one of the hardest meals for us in our household. Trying to get everybody awake and around and dressed and ready to go, and then fed, a decent breakfast, especially when you have slow eaters. So I like to, make breakfast sandwiches. My kids will eat eggs like that, but they won't eat them, by themselves. So I'm going to just make some breakfast sandwiches to freeze. I have 12 eggs. I just added about a half a cup of milk into this, whisking it up, and then I have my brownie pan, and I'm just going to put it in the wells in there, and I have my oven set to 350, and we're just going to bake it about 17 to 20 minutes at 350. Of course, times may vary. You'll have to check them. You want them fluffy, and of course cooked. So I do not add salt to my eggs before I cook them. And let me tell you why. Because it actually can turn them gray. And while it's not going to affect the flavor, except for adding salt, of course, or the integrity of the eggs, it doesn't really look appealing. So if you want to add salt, I suggest doing it halfway through baking, or after they're done. Okay. So I'm just going to pour this in here, and then after I get these in, I am going to show you some overnight oats that I make. And it is actually a play off of Ree Drummond's, the Pioneer Woman, off of her recipe. But I don't follow her recipe. There's a bunch of stuff in her recipe that I don't like. So I just kind of made it my own. Took a bunch of stuff out. Alright. So now you can add things to these eggs if you want to. You can absolutely cook them plain the way they are. I've got a little bit of broccoli here. I'm going to put just into a couple of them for myself. And I'll just do a few because there's a few that are shorter than the other ones. Okay. And then you can put cheese in it. You can put, fresh Parmesan, cheddar, whatever kind of cheese that you like. Or you can absolutely wait until they're done. And have the cheese on just the breakfast sandwich. So I'm going to put these in just the ones that I have the broccoli, and then a couple more. And then we'll just have some plain eggs for breakfast sandwiches. Okay. got enough for one more. There we go. And that's it. Okay. And we're just going to pop this in the oven. Set the timer. We'll check it in 20 minutes. Alright, so overnight oats. Really simple. I don't need this cheese, so I can put that away real quick. 2 tablespoons of heavy cream in here. And I'm going to be doubling this recipe. So the recipe is for two jars. So it calls for 1 tablespoon of cream. So we're going to do 2. Okay, so we're going to get the oatmeal. I have 2 cups, again, 1 cup for 2 jars. So I have 2 cups here. I'm just going to do about a half a cup. In each jar. You don't want to cooperate with me today, apparently. Okay. So there's 2 of them. And then for this, you can absolutely put, you know, any kind of fruit that you want in it. You can add chia seed, flaxseed, you know, anything that you would want in your oatmeal. Okay, there we go. So we've got the oats in there, and then we can put whatever frozen fruit that we have that we want to do. I have blueberries, I have mixed berries, I have peaches, you can put apples, strawberries, anything that you like. So we're just going to put a few pieces in here. And I'm just going to go ahead and make all these peaches just because I'm going to make more. So I can make the other berries later. Alright. Need, for 2 jars, 3 1/4 cup milk. So we need 1 1/2 cups, and we're just gonna mix it into a bowl. And like I said, I had the 2 tablespoons of heavy cream in there already, and then half a cup of half and half. So we need a full cup for us. Oh, might help if I open it. Full cup. 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So we're going to do half a cup. I'm going to use that right here for a second. And then for these, you're going to want to refrigerate them for at least 5 hours, but overnight is ideal. They can last for a couple days and they're still very good. And then if you are a person that only wants to eat warm oatmeal, or if you want to warm it up, you can do that with the fruit in there, or you can wait and add the fruit, after you warm it up. If you have, your fresh fruit already, you can just have it diced up in a bowl and have it ready for whatever morning you decide to eat these. These I would definitely eat within a few days though, a couple days. I wouldn't make them on Saturday and, eat them next Friday. Okay. We need a tablespoon of vanilla. So we're going to use 2 tablespoons for us. Ooh, spilled a little bit. There we go. And then just a pinch of salt. And no, I'm not putting 2 pinches. I'm literally just putting a pinch. Okay. And then we just want to mix it up, and then we'll be putting it into the jars. And you want to make sure that your oats and your fruit are covered. Like I said, if you put the chia seeds or flax seeds or other fruits in here, it's going to be more full. Alright. And we'll just cover it. We'll just dump enough to cover it. And like I said, depending on how much fruit you have, what size fruit, stuff like that. There we go. All done. That's it. We now have breakfast. This will be one day. The eggs will be at least 2 or 3 days. And I'm going to be making pigs in a blanket, and I'm going to be making a couple more of these, so we'll have our 6 days. Sundays for us are a little less hectic, so we kind of just relax, maybe go out to breakfast, make a big breakfast. My boyfriend's home, so we can make, pancakes and eggs and hash browns and sausage and the works. What my dad calls a He-Man breakfast. So, just want to shake these up before we refrigerate them. And then you can just date the tops if you want to. That way you don't forget, or if you're like me, I do a lot of my cooking on Saturdays, so I know that they were made on Saturday. Easy peasy for me to remember. So, I'm going to put you guys on pause and get cleaned up a little bit and wait for our eggs to be done and cooled, and then we're going to come back and assemble our breakfast sandwiches. Alright, we are back. So, it's been probably about 15 minutes. I finished baking the eggs, and right about when they were done, I put in the first batch of English muffins to toast, and then pulled them out, allowed the eggs to cool and the English muffins to cool, and threw the next batch in, because I'm going to be making 12 sandwiches, and then those are cooling, and they should be ready when I get there. So, really the next step is just super simple. We're going to put the top part of the bun, the English muffin, down. We're going to get our eggs out. And remember, I did not put anything in that. No spray, nothing like that. And then sausage, bacon, you want it cooked and cooled. If it's not already cooked. And then cheese, the bottom, and just wrap it up. That simple. Okay. Now I'm not gonna mark all of these. This one is just sourdough, English muffin, and a regular egg, and so I'm not gonna mark that. Now the ones that I put like broccoli or cheese in, I will write on just the top with a permanent marker, which I have right here. And then all I did was took 2 bags, dated them, and wrote W on that one, S on that one. One's for white, one's for sourdough, different types of English muffins, and that's it. So basically, like I said, the last 15 minutes has been, I just cleaned up my stuff and let stuff cool. So I was able to sit down, go do some work. You can take care of kids if you have to, whatever you need to do. While everything is finishing in the oven, just listen for the timer, and that's it. So now you have, and during that time I also finished the other oatmeals with the other berries. So those are all done and in the refrigerator, ready to go for the next couple days. And there you have it. This will take a couple minutes once I'm done talking, and I should be able to throw these sandwiches together in just, a few more minutes. And less than half an hour, and I have a week's worth of breakfast ready to go. All I have to do is pop it out of the freezer or the refrigerator. You can eat the oatmeal cold, or, warm it up. You just want to warm these up for about a minute in the microwave. I would suggest lowering the power on your microwave to about 70-80, just so you're not overcooking it while you're warming it and it warms everything through. You can also put the cheese in the middle of the eggs and the sausage, and then that way you can take the muffin off if you would rather do that. It's completely up to you, but they're good in the freezer for about a month to 6 weeks, and that's it. So like I said, less than half an hour, and I have breakfast for the week. And make sure you tune in for breakfast pigs in the blanket, sausage and pancakes. Yum yum. All right. Thank you for visiting Kara's Kitchen.